Hello, hello. Put this where I can see it. All right. I have two brand new songs and one that's newish. This one I wrote years ago, but I keep bringing it out every Halloween and revising it. I think this is the final version. I posted this to my YouTube recently. It's called Scare Yourself Silly. Tyrannosaurus Rex is silent on my shelf. A model dinosaur, I assembled her myself. In the darkened room, her glowing teeth appear to float. Can it be? Is she reaching for my throat? I scared myself silly. It's fun to be frightened. It's terrific to be terrified. Pure pleasure to be petrified. When you scare yourself silly, I love to visit Madame Zoe's Wax Museum. Those movie monsters give me goosebumps when I see them. Especially the Wolfman, 'cause I think he just blinked his eyes. Could he be a real live werewolf in disguise? I scared myself silly. It's fun to be frightened. It's terrific to be terrified. Pure pleasure to be petrified. When you scare yourself silly, just when you're feeling rather cozy, feeling everything is fine and that there is no danger near, you get 1,000 tiny needles dancing up and down your spine, and then you know that something's weird. And for one agonizing moment as your heart does flips inside you, you are overcome with fear. But then you laugh and you smile. You scared yourself silly. It's Halloween, I ring the bell, getting ready to shout trick or treat. I peer in through the darkened glass, an ugly old troll peers out. I run like mad, but then I stop, 'cause I've seen that mask before. Well, it was just my own reflection in the door. I scared myself silly. It's fun to be frightened. It's terrific to be terrified. Pure pleasure to be petrified. When you scare yourself silly. Thank you. All right. So these next two are truly brand new. This one's on my YouTube channel, and the other one is coming soon. This is called Be Your Own Bird. And I took inspiration from the story of the Ugly Duckling and kind of made my own version of that. By the way, I do write songs for kids, mostly. I didn't notice. Just to give it some context if you weren't sure what this strange person is doing with these strange topics.
Now I understand. It's all coming together.
But, all right. Well, he was raised by a duck, although he always thought he might have been a swan. The other ducklings teased him so he could hardly carry on. Mother duck took him firmly under her wing and said, when others act cruel, just remember one thing. they're feeling threatened by your difference. Someday they'll agree it's absurd, for difference is the beauty that shines in this world. So revel in your feathers and be your own bird. Be your own bird. Be your own bird. Our little duckling grew until his true nature couldn't be denied. He swam across the pond to join the swans on the other side. But the swans all snickered, for he swam like a duck. They said, go back across the pond and stick your head in the muck. They felt threatened by his difference, oh, but they were being absurd. He told them difference is the beauty that shines in this world. So revel in your feathers and be your own bird. Be your own bird. Be your own bird. Now our friend started quacking like a long-necked duck, and a few swans started to giggle. And then he sang a swan song and did a ducktail dance, while a few ducks started to wiggle. As soon as swan and duck siblings began to join in, and they all sang together in a mighty din. And their difference made the difference to the coolest music they'd ever heard. For difference is the beauty that shines in this world. So revel in your feathers and be your own bird. 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 All right. So I said I'd save the brand spanking newest one for last. See if I can get through it. This is kind of inspired by when I was a kid. I could appreciate a good pun. My dad always told me, son, pun is the lowest form of humor. So, but he was just kidding. Fake. It's called I'm a Corny Kid. Mom and I returned from our neighborhood walk. I took in a view from the lane. I said, I think our house must be feeling ill. She says, what? I think our house must be feeling ill. She says, what? I think our house must be feeling ill because every single window has a pane. She says, I see what you did. You're such a corny kid. Yeah, I'm corny, and I know it. She says, I see what you did. You're such a corny kid. Yeah, I'm corny, and I own it. I'm a corny kid. I'm a corny kid. I'm a corny kid. Dad's out working in the summer sun. His shirt gets wetter and wetter. I say, I want to wear you in the winter, Dad. He says, what? I want to wear you in the winter, Dad. He says, what? I want to wear you in the winter, Dad, because you have always been my favorite sweater. He says, I see what you did. You're such a corny kid. Yeah, I'm corny, and I know it. I see what you did. You're such a corny kid. Yeah, I'm corny, and I own it. I'm a corny kid. My dad says, hasn't anyone told you that the pun is the lowest form of humor, son? I say, puns are fun. I like the game of using two words that sound the same. You know, two different words that sound exactly the same. Because when I get called to make a pun of my own, I answer that call with the homophone. I'm a corny kid. I'm a corny kid. I'm a corny kid. I'm sitting on the couch, messing with a tune. My sister glares daggers at me. I tell her, you can't stop me while I'm playing guitar. She says, what? You can't stop me while I'm playing guitar. She says, what? You can't stop me while I'm playing guitar, because I'll just lock you up and change the key. She says, I see what you did. You're such a corny kid. Yeah, I'm corny, and I know it. I see what you did. You're such a corny kid. Yeah, I'm corny, and I own it. I'm a corny kid.